Hello there. I'm here today to give you a quick tour of my garden so you can see how it's going. Now, note that it's still at the beginning of the season. I'm making a lot of changes. I still have a lot of work to do. So it kind of looks like a bit of a weedy mess today, but that's okay. It will look much better soon. So come on, let's get started. So first of all, let me show you a couple of new things that I noticed were growing wild. First, I believe this is poke, aka milkweed. I think they're the same. We'll see. I also have sweet peas growing here. I'm very excited about the sweet peas. I hope that they'll grow long enough to bloom. My tulips have already died. I have lots of wild things growing. So these are my garlic mustard, and you'll notice that they have bolted, and I'm just letting them go. I'm going to try and collect seeds and see how that works. My lettuce is also getting pretty big. I need to cut some more of that today. Probably put some in my fridge and give some to the neighbor. I have more lettuce here. My Brussels sprouts are growing amazingly. Also today I started fertilizing them a little bit with coffee grounds. So we'll see how that goes. Now over here, you will see that it looks pretty weedy and disastrous. But we have bachelor buttons starting to bloom. They're so pretty. And over here, let me find them. We have sunflowers that are starting. I'm very excited about the sunflowers. Now, I planted amaranth here, but I don't see any actually coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing the cardboard, laying the cardboard down here to see if that improves. I also tried to plant milkweed. I believe that's what these are, but they're growing wild. They're not growing from my seeds. My happy little pea plants are growing phenomenally. I'm excited about them, not only because the peas will be delicious, but because they put nitrogen in the soil, which is really good for my Brussels sprouts. As we keep going, I have a lot of volunteer tomatillo plants growing here. So I planted some cilantro in the middle. Cilantro is supposed to help keep the bugs away from your tomatillos. So we're gonna see if that will work. We have some cucumber plants. I love them so much. And what else? We have another Brussels sprout that grew wild from last year, came back or something. I don't know how exactly that worked. I've transplanted some tomatillos to this part of the garden. Some of them are pretty bug-eaten like this. I put some cilantro in the middle. There are lots of weeds here, but a lot of them are this wood sorrel that's actually a really good ground cover. I have kale here. I probably need to do something with it. I think it's big enough. I've never grown kale before. No idea what I'm doing. I have a thistle here that I am going to be checking on. I believe that you're not supposed to harvest these until they flower. So we have a little time left. I have a little chamomile coming up. Some more coming up here. What else? More Brussels, of course. I have chamomiles that are actually blooming, so I can start making tea soon. Yes. More green onions. I still have garlic and sage. And then over here I have something new. So I planted a little system here. I've got zucchini in the middle. I've got calendula here and here, and then I've got nasturtiums planted here and here. So I planted the nasturtiums later than the others, but I already have the calendula coming up, the zucchini coming up in here, so that's pretty exciting. I have 4 sets of that. This one doesn't have its zucchini yet, but it does have the calendula growing and doing its thing. Over here, this one has the zucchini and the calendula. Same over here. And I'm still waiting on my lemon balm to start coming up. It's in the pot. So let's go to the herb garden. Note over here, my cleavers patch has sadly gone to seed. I hear that you can use those as a coffee substitute, but my husband says if it doesn't have caffeine, he's really not interested. So in the herb garden, we have thyme that is blooming. Isn't that beautiful? There are some weeds I need to pull. We've got tons and tons of dill growing wild here. My parsley plant went to seed. I'm gonna pull it up. I actually don't want parsley over here. I need to thin the dill, but I haven't done that quite yet. Here I cut out holes for different kinds of peppers. I transplanted them without hardening them, and as you can see, they did not survive. So I've also planted some seeds. Over here, I cut a hole for dill, but I'll be putting in evening primrose, probably tonight actually. I've got alyssum coming in from last year. This is both beautiful and edible. And I did another round of the zucchini, calendula, nasturtium mix over here. And of course, more parsley and more cilantro that came from last year. So we'll be transplanting this over and then using it for new things. So I hope that your gardens, oh, I almost forgot. Now we have to look in the back. Ah, shit, where is that? So we're up against my back fence and they're kind of hidden by the grass from the mower, but I planted some mallow seeds, mallow, however you say it, and they are doing great. Need to give them a little bit of water, but so far so good. I also planted some marigolds on this row, but I haven't seen a whole lot of signs of life from them. And on the other part of the fence, I also have cosmos planted. Haven't seen any of them up on above the ground yet, but their time will come. So now you've seen what my garden looks like this week. I'm really loving the cardboard. That was a great idea and it has been super helpful. I definitely need to keep something on top of them though, because we've been having some storms and they blow away. But otherwise it's going great. So keep coming back so you can see how things are going. You can see my garden transforming from this very shabby looking weed patch into what is hopefully an amazing place for butterflies and bees and other pollinators to hang out, and also for tons of amazing plants to grow. So I'd love to hear how your garden is going too. Let me know in the comments. See you next time.